What's up, guys? I'm back with another Operation Recall portfolio. Let's see who we got today. This is Salty Dawg. Now, Salty Dawg was originally called Alpha Dog, and this concept came from John Cody Ivy, who is a Navy Seabee, and I believe his grandfather was too. So anyway, the figure itself is more of a tribute to the old school Navy Seabees, which is why he's got the olive drab uniform. So this figure was designed by Rudat, and you'll see a bunch of his ideation sketches here, different concepts. Now, Ron typically draws like less drawings, but he puts more kind of context into what all the little details of the the deco, the costume, the accessories, whatever you want to call it. So he puts a lot of thought into that. And so there's the four different, so he created 4 different versions of Salty Dawg. And then Kirk and I reviewed that. And of course we marked up what things we wanted to keep. It was pretty much this guy. And then of course we provided a bunch of photo reference and guidance to make sure we get the ranking right, make sure we have the right firearm, make sure we have the right kind of decos, decorations, pins, patches, all that stuff on the uniform. So doing a little research there, making sure we get all the tools on there that we want, you know, the belt buckle, all the good photo reference to try to make this line, you know, authentic where it needs to be. And so this is what's called revised line art. This is the revised design for the figure. This is the figure sculpture sheet that the sculptor would work from. These are the accessory sculpt sheets. And then this is a kickoff letter for Ed Morrill, along with the packaging showing where the accessory is going to fall, how much space we're going to have. This is a different shape sometimes on some figures than others. So the last couple that you've seen are pretty consistent. Now this was going off to Mike Good, who was going to sculpt Salty Dawg. That's our sculptor. So this is his kickoff packet, you know, figure sculpture sheet, accessory sculpture sheet, photo references for what the tool roll might actually look like, that kind of thing, a bunch about uniforms and insignias and that kind of thing. Accessories, what kind of pistol he's got, what kind of belt buckle, what kind of watch, all that stuff to try to get these guys to, you know, crank out their best work, give them tons of reference. And so these are color studies. I think there's 6 of these different options. That totally looks like a Sonic Fighters Salty Dawg. It's pretty close to what we ended up with. And so Kirk Bazigian and I would review and mark it up, and then we would get our final presentation artwork from Ron Rudat. So that's what that is. And then this is the file card from Larry, the dossier, along with the presentation artwork. And I believe that was sent to Mike Good. Mike Good was doing the sculpture. And so we did a colored figure sculpture sheet, and then a colored accessory sculpture sheet. This went off to Doug Hart for the packaging. So this is the photograph that I took with the accessories. And then I do some Photoshop, you know, to add in pockets and radios and ranks and stuff like that. Try to give them 3D renders of the accessories. I give them everything I can to try to, you know, get the best results. And so this is the sketch as it came from Ed Morrill. And then you have 3D renders in the angle that they're going to be in the illustration. And so send all of that to Doug Hart, and he sends back a beautiful painting. And that's Larry Hama's file card. And this is a proof card of what it's going to look like when this figure comes out. This is year 1, wave 3, figure 1. So he will be part of the 3rd wave. He will be leading the charge in the 3rd wave. And then this is the 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch insert that's going to come in every figure. That's going to recap what I just showed you, which is all the ideation for the figure, the color studies. And then you flip that over, and there's a big package painting mini poster with art by Doug Hart. And this is a nice little pre-production print piece that I put together for the guys at Joe Fest. And I think that's it. I think that's it for this guy. Let's see. And then, of course, we got the collage by John Earl and Gabriel Mangum. So thank you guys for tuning in.